Yeah, all right, I'm back. Let's see, does this look right yet? Let's see. Waiting. Okay, yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, well, that was fun. Hi, everybody. Since this is the beginning of what you'll see on YouTube, yeah, I had issues with my recording. So, we're playing Final Fantasy 2. Let's go. So, if I remember correctly, that happened. Yeah? Oh. I guess that was us unsealing it. Yes, the last time we played this, I was swallowed by a sea serpent and we rescued this man, Richard, down there. He is a dragoon from Dist that wound up trapped in a monster for many years. And we are now entering the tower, the Mysidia Tower, to find the Ultima spell, which will supposedly facilitate our defeating the Emperor of the Paramecian Empire. So, let's do that. And I have not played in some time, and so I'm sure that there will be things that I do not remember. Like, I had forgotten that the imps charmed you. Oh, no. Oh, I hate confusion in this game. It's very, very bad in this game. Oh, no. Confusion's very bad in this game because unlike other Final Fantasy games where you just take a hit and your confusion wears off, in this one, not so much. It might stick around for a while. I had completely forgotten that the imps could do that, so that is a bit unfortunate. Also, why am I using a bow? Oh, it immediately wore off. Wonderful. Hooray! That's great. All right, back to fighting monsters. Yeah, we're here to try and get Ultima because Min was sent here some time ago by Hilda in to find the Ultima spell, and since then no one's heard from him, so we don't know what happened to Min, and we are here to try to both get the Ultima spell and also find any signs of our friend, because we do want him back. It's very important. We need Min back. Also, Richard is unwell. I will try to heal him. Unfortunately, I don't know if the poison ailment that he's got right now is... I didn't know if it was poisoned or envenomed, which means I don't know if heal or peep will work on it, which is just a strange thing in this game. Oh... Yeah, I miss streaming. Ow, dude, don't stab me. I just met you. You're just a dude hanging out inside of a sea serpent. Come on, man, don't stab me. Oh, there we go. Awesome. He's still confused, though, unfortunately. Because confusion is a temporary ailment, which means we need to use peep on it. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad that was not a tradition that they kept up with, the whole idea of, like, there being a status ailment cure for in-battle status ailments and out-of-battle status ailments. That was a bit dumb. Alright, I got some HP. Hooray. Let's see, who's in charge of healing? Isn't it you? It's you. Heal. Oh, that's right. Hang on, let me turn this up. Yeah, the Mysidia Tower has its own special music. Can y'all hear that? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, you can kind of hear it. It's like I think this song is only used in this one area of the game, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we're just trying to. I got a cane. Is that good? Hang on. Actually, we're gonna leave briefly. I want to go and sell off some of this stuff because I know that there is good equipment in this place, and I want to have room for it. So let's head back real quick and drop off some of this nonsense. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, just happy to be back, and I missed streaming this last week. Although I did enjoy visiting with family. I went up to visit with my sister's family, My sister lives in New England, and it's not as cold as I would have liked, admittedly. I was hoping that we would get some nice cold weather, but it was coldish. It was about the same temperature it is where I live, so that was a little bit of a disappointment. But actually, I almost didn't go because I think I explained this back when it happened. Back in like August, my family was going to have like a big family get together up at my sister's house, and it was going to be exciting because I have a sister who lives abroad, and she and her family were going to be here for this reunion. And so I was set to show up last, like due to work concerns. I had to kind of like wait and show up later than everyone else. And everyone at the time, no, I want that. Wait, do I have a spare orichalcum? Hang on, that's not, do I have a spare? What's going on here? Oh, I do have a spare. Well, I don't need it. Here, you want this legendary metal? Take this orichalcum. Do it. Yeah. Alright, cool. See you later. Yeah, due to work concerns, I had to show up later than everybody else. And during the time that I was not there yet, everybody got COVID. And so they said, you know, don't come up here. We don't want you to get COVID. Well, that's all well and good, and I'm glad that I didn't get COVID from them, but the fact of the matter is, they still had the family reunion. I just wasn't there for it. And so, like, everybody in the family got together at this time except me. And so, we almost had exactly the same thing happen with Thanksgiving. Admittedly, my sister, who lives abroad, wasn't there this time, but everybody else was supposed to be there. And, like, again, because of work, I had to get there later than everyone else. And on, like, Sunday, like, I was supposed to go up there on Tuesday, and on Sunday, I got word that my nephew had some sort of sickness, possibly either the flu or, like, strep throat. And I think I've mentioned this before. I've got two nephews, and well, actually, I've got four nephews, but I've got two for each sister. And not to brag, but they like me. And so, and they like being close to me, as in within infecting range of me. And so I knew that if they were sick, I was gonna get sick. And so I was like, uh-oh, that's not great. And then on Monday, I got a call from my dad, and he's like, your mom has pneumonia. I was like, oh, that's not great. So on Monday night, I was like, do I go? Do I still go? Am I gonna let this same thing happen again? And in the end, what it came down to, it was the same nephew, the older of the two, who in both instances was sort of the patient zero, so to speak. He was the one that kind of first started off as being ill. And I knew the first time he took it pretty hard because he thought it was his responsibility that everyone got sick. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna disappoint him. I'm not gonna, like, if he wants to see me, I'm gonna go up there. I might get sick, which isn't great, but I'll go. In the end, it all worked out fine. My mom's pneumonia wasn't, is pneumonia even contagious? Suffice it to say, she wasn't bad by the time I got there, and the older nephew had already gotten over his thing, so it was a good time. It was fun. Lots of food. My brother-in-law is trained as a chef, and so it's always a good thing to go up there and have a feast day. You're almost always guaranteed something exciting on a feast day. But lots of food. He made 2 turkeys. One of them was smoked, the other one was fried. And I had never actually seen a smoker in operation. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a big container full of smoke. So it stinks. If you don't know that there is like a smoker somewhere nearby, you would just assume a house is on fire because it produces a ton of smoke. And like I went up there while he was still working on it, because poor guy, he had to wake up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning to get started with all the cooking. And oh, nice, HP up, yes. I'm doing good. I can almost get in the back row, honestly. I'm gonna stay up there for now, but another cane? Let me just make sure that there's nothing special about these canes. Let's see. I don't think that there is. I think it's just like a... I think it's just a low-level fight, like a low-level mace item. Oh, great. Oh, I don't remember who's vulnerable to what. I think you're ice, maybe? You're bolt? And everybody's weak to holy. Everyone feels the righteousness. And Richard can just attack that thing. Nope, not bolt. Okay. Is it ice? Nope, not ice. Swing and a miss 2 times in a row. At least that worked. Although he didn't die. Surprised about that. Is it fire? I guess go ahead and try that. If you're new to the Final Fantasy 2 streams, the slime monsters are only really vulnerable to one particular element. It was bolt. And so you have to they're only vulnerable to one of the 3 main elements, and then like holy works because it's sort of non-elemental. And so like there's like a yellow and a red one and a blue one, and I always forget which one is weak to which element. Apparently the red one's weak to bolt. I guess these guys might be weak to fire then. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I went out there while he was working on it, and I was just like, "Oh, what is that smell?" He's like, "Oh, it's smoker." That's the smoker. And that was like the blackest looking turkey at the end of it. It was quite smoked. It was definitely smoked by the end. Aura. I got another better to do. Oh, that's right, I have Aspil. Oh, I just remembered that I have Aspil. Yay. I can cast so much magic now. Yee. I love Aspil. It's a good spell. But yeah, it was like really, dark and blackened and stuff, which I guess is what you're supposed to get out of a smoked turkey. But, and then everyone went outside to watch the exciting moment of slowly lowering the turkey into the boiling oil when he was ready to fry one. And it's like everyone wanted to watch it slowly sink into the boiling oil. So you have to go slowly, otherwise it explodes. Otherwise, it's a real problem. Blah. Oh, great. Envenomed again. Okay. More fire! A barrier! Because you got nothing better to do. Heal him, please. It's good practice. And do you have any magic? Nope. You can't... Oh, wait, hang on. Back. I was gonna use this. And never mind, it does nothing. Okay, good. Yeah, frying turkeys is dangerous. Be careful. But, it was good. Oh, this was a funny thing. So, because of the way the table was positioned, so, like, we had dinner in the dining room, as you might expect, and they had to kind of turn, like, they've got, like, a long rectangular dining room table. And in order to fit everybody on there, they had to actually put like one of those little, what do they call it? Like a wing or a leaf maybe? I think leaf is the term. When you have like a part that's like added to a table, they had to like add one of those. And in order to fit it, they had kind of like turn it catty corner. Well, once it came time for dinner, my nephews were like, "You're gonna sit here because it's close to us. We want you to sit next to us." And where that was the end of the table. So I was kind of like seated at the foot of the table, so to speak. And because of that, I kind of was like wedged into that position. And because there was so much food, most of the food was actually, like, we couldn't fit all the food on the table, so a lot of it was in the kitchen. And, I want that treasure. How do I get up there? how do you get up there? There must be a secret wall or something. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hello, vamp girls. Hello, ladies. I see you've arrived. I'm going to cast Holy on you. Yeah, I was kind of like wedged in by the person who was sitting to my left. And so like once I finished the food that was on my plate, I was like, boy, I'd love to get up and get some more turkey. And then I realized the only way I can get up politely is if the person to my left gets up. Or, you know, like a normal person, just be like, hey, excuse me, can I get up? For whatever reason in my mind, that was an impossible task. Just being like, excuse me, I want to get up and get some more food. Nope, can't say it. Unacceptable. And so I just kind of like, just sat there and watched everyone else eat because I couldn't stand up. I was just like, wish I could get up, but I can't. Alright, you were kind of our white mage, so put on this white robe. Oh. It lowers your defense, but what does it do? Let's see, let me check your soul. Soul is currently 61. I'm guessing it will probably boost that. Yes? Boost your soul? Does it boost your soul? Yes, it does. Alright, we can wear that. You get to wear that. And I'm going to go back to my magic staff because this cane does nothing. It is completely pointless. I don't even know why they're giving it to us. I'm probably just going to toss it if I need to. But anyway, so yeah, I just kind of like watched everyone else eat another cane. I guess it is kind of like a mage's tower, and those are sort of mage's weapons, but it seems weird that they're giving us these like first level Actually, no, let me back that up, because they did the same thing in Final Fantasy 1, didn't they? They kept giving you like clothes in various dungeons, right? I seem to recall that being the case. So yeah, it's the same as before, but whatever. Really weird. Yeah, I just kind of watched everyone else eat, and then I ate leftovers afterward. It was good stuff, though. I enjoyed it a lot. What else did we do while we were up there? Oh! This was exciting, I guess is the word. I had a pedicure. Can't say I've ever had a pedicure before. Apparently there is a manicure and pedicure. There's a name for that, right? I guess nail shop. There's a nail shop that my sister goes to up there. And that during that last visit that I mentioned earlier where everyone got COVID, one of the things they did, I guess pre-COVID, or post-COVID, one or the other, was they went, my sister bought all of the men pedicures. She's like, you are all going to have your feet polished. And since I wasn't there, I missed out on the fun of pedicures. And so this time she's like, hey, I'm going to get you a pedicure. We's going to get people to work on your feet. My feet look awesome right now. Never had a pedicure before, but like my toes look great. My cuticles under control, and like my toenails are properly trimmed, and it's like, ooh, look at my toes. I got fancy feet right now. It was very... Oh, you. I guess you're not as scary as you used to be, but you're still scary. Just seeing him is frightening. Freaking Gygus with his droopy face. Why do you look like that? Pull up your underwear. He's like grabbing at his belt. He's like, my underwear's falling off. Nobody look. Nobody look. Alright, attack. Or wait, no, Berserk, right. I gotta remember what the spells do in this game. Berserk, yes, I have this. Berserk. What can you do? Just actually, hang on, don't I have a Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, it was cool. You know, I went there. They wash your feet, which is nice. Like they give you a little like foot bath, and then they like trim your toenails. And the poor girl who had to work on my dad's. So my dad has he wears socks all the time. Never not wearing socks. Always wearing socks all the time. And as a result of this, I guess, or I don't know, maybe it's a factor of this, he doesn't really do much with his toenails. You know, I mean, they're not freaky looking, but you know, they're longish a lot of the time. And so when he went to get, you know, a pedicure, the poor girl had to work so much longer on my dad's toes than anyone else's toes. Like, by the time I had finished with like toenail clipping, cuticle fixing, and like the woman was on to like foot massaging, they were still trying to get through my dad's feet. He had long toenails to take care of. But yeah, they massage your feet, and they massage like your like what's this, lower leg, like your calves. It's real nice. Real nice. I liked it, and now my feet look fabulous. So there you go. That was exciting. That's probably the most unusual experience. I actually had to debate whether or not I would get a manicure or a pedicure, because I was like, you know, neither one's good, but I'm more concerned with the fact that my fingernails aren't great than the fact that my toenails aren't great. But then, on the other hand, I can't really do the things that they're gonna do with my toenails, but I could potentially do them with my fingernails. So in the end, I opted to go for the toenail treatment. But it was nice. It was nice. It was a strange experience, but it was enjoyable. Oh, and I saw the National Lampoon's Christmas. Is it Christmas Vacation? I guess it's Christmas Vacation. It's not really a vacation, but the Christmas movie. I had never seen it before. That's a really funny movie. Like, I get why it has sort of endured for so long. That is a funny slapstick movie. It is a movie that made my mother laugh, and my mother does not laugh. At least not at like movies. She laughs at other things, but she doesn't really laugh at movies ever. And seeing my mother actually laughing at a movie was almost like heartwarming in how infrequently it happens. That's a funny movie, man. I really enjoyed it. Makes me want to see the other National Lampoons. Like, I also found out what National Lampoon was because I never knew what it was. It's a magazine. There's a magazine called National Lampoon. I didn't know that. I didn't know why. I thought National Lampoon was like a comedy group or something. You know, I thought it was like, you know, like Tyler Perry or something. You know, like you know, National Lampoon presents Christmas Vacation. Like Tyler Perry presents every Medea ever. But yeah, that was entertaining. We watched the Christmas Carol movie, the one with George C. Scott as Scrooge, which in my mind is like the only one because it's the one I've always watched. It's the one we like, and so we always watch that one. It was good. It was very entertaining. One thing that's so interesting about that one for me is that George C. Scott in that movie, a lot of the like expressions he makes and behaviors he makes or does are very reminiscent to me of my aunt. So I have an aunt who I'm not gonna say looks like George C. Scott, but she's kind of a shorter person, and she's kind of broader, and she makes a lot of like the same expressions that he makes in that movie. And so whenever I see that movie, I'm immediately reminded of my aunt, which is, you know, strange, I guess, but that is what always comes to mind when I watch that movie. Back to the Earth Sword. I like that she has an Earth Sword. Makes me think of Barini from Samurai Legend Musashi. I liked Barini. She was my favorite. Ooh, green aura. Nice! 3 auras! What is the green one? Is green wind? White is ice, yellow is lightning. I guess green is wind, maybe. Where am I going? Oh, I want those treasures, though. How do I get those? I want those. How do I get that? How do I get there? Let's go find that. These things are so goofy looking. That's what else has happened since last we spoke, since last I streamed. Oh, I started playing the new Pokemon game. That's something else. I have this is the first modern Pokemon game that I've played. Well, for any extended length of time. I always like to say that it's like, oh, the only Pokemon game I know is Blue. It's sort of true. The Pokemon game that I am most familiar with is Pokemon Blue, but I've played other ones. It's like I played through Pearl recently, and I've played a bit of Sapphire, and I've played a bit of Heart Gold and stuff like this. So I've played other ones, but the only one I would say that I'm really familiar with is Blue. And so I was like, I'm going to play the new Pokemon game when it comes out to see what it's like. There's some concerns about it. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. But suffice it to say, I was initially less impressed with it than I would have expected. Graphically. And there's also some concerns about just sort of like the actual, like, what would you call it? The structure of the game. Like, and some of these things have been, I'm sort of agreeing with what other people have said about it. Like, one thing that I heard some people complaining about is how there are relatively few trainers, and there are relatively few, like, relative to earlier Pokemon games. When I say relatively, hang on, go back. I'm gonna boost you, Richard. Yeah, there are relatively few trainers, and a lot of those trainers only have like one Pokemon when you encounter them. And when I think of like Pokemon, I think about Blue. And if you think about Pokemon Blue, there were a metric ton of trainers all over the place in Pokemon Blue. So much so that that was a sort of a primary source of experience for your party, is you would just be fighting trainers. And the fact that there are so few in this game is weird, because it takes away that sort of like primary source of experience. Another thing that's, gone, and I'm sure this has been gone for a while and I just don't know about it because I play only Game Boy games apparently, is the idea of like, when you finish a battle, only the Pokemon that participate in the battle get experience. Nowadays, everybody gets experience. It's like a regular RPG. Everyone gets experience for the battles. And so that old paradigm of like, oh, Flame Spear. Man, I do sort of wish I had someone who used a spear. Wait, do you use a spear? You're a Dragoon. Do you use a spear? No. Can you use a spear? If it's better than what you got. Do you have any experience with spears? You ever used them before? No, not really. And you're really good with swords. I'm gonna let you keep your sword. Never mind. It may technically be stronger, but you should use a weapon you're familiar with, I guess. Yeah, like the old paradigm of like, putting out the Pokemon you're trying to level up, and then like switching them out so they get experience. I started off Pokemon Scarlet doing that, and then I was sort of like, oh, well, I don't have to do this. I just use my strongest Pokemon, and easy peasy. So there's definitely been a little bit of like a learning curve as I'm trying to understand how modern Pokemon games play. But I am enjoying it. That is one thing I've got to say about, like, as I'm playing it. Yeah, there are problems. There are certainly frame rate issues. But I'm having fun. You know, I can't say I'm not enjoying myself, so, you know, still that. I don't know. I don't know. It's a funny thing. I was talking to my my brother-in-law while I was up there for Thanksgiving about this, about how you know, when you think about like glitches, so to speak, like really memorable glitches, like the Minus World, or like Justin Bailey, or like the W item thing in FF7. The reason those have been allowed to persist is because they couldn't be patched. Like when you put out a game, when you put out a cartridge like Final Fantasy 2 here, you weren't gonna like ask people to go into their local CVS and download a patch or whatever. You know, it's like you weren't gonna bring it somewhere and be like, oh hey, everyone bring in your cartridges. There's a patch for Mario Brothers so we can stop this Minus World stuff. No, it was the game was the game was the game. You just that's all you got. And I mean, sometimes in really egregious situations, you'd have like a 1.1 version. Oh, I got stupid. Oh man, I don't want to get stupid. I hate when I get stupid. Richard, why are you poisoned all the time? He's like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to do it, but things keep poisoning me. And so like those fun glitches were allowed to persist. And I think I've mentioned before about how I tried to, like when I first, oh my goodness, excuse me. When I first played Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, I played it on the disc I got as a backer on Kickstarter, which was the 1.0 version of the game, which had a huge game-breaking glitch, and also a wide variety of like little visual differences from even just the 1.1 version. And I wanted to go back and do a stream so I could record sort of for posterity, and I'm sure other people have done this, but so I could record for posterity. I can speak. I'm a streamer. For posterity, all of this strangeness. Oh, it's very red in here. Oh, it hurts. It's like lava. Oh, ah. There's nothing in here except for this battle. Oh, y'all are in here. It's a freaking basilisk. Kill the basilisk immediately. Kill the basilisk. Basilisk is the biggest threat here. Kill it. Kill it. Okay, good. It's dead. Basilisk is the biggest danger here. These things aren't great either. The basilisk is definitely what we want to get rid of because they can petrify you. I don't want to be petrified. It is a huge nuisance. Anyway, yes, I wanted to go back and show off the 1.0 version because of the nature of patches. The only way I could play, like they fixed the issues with Bloodstained within like a week. I think it was very quick because the game was literally unplayable in that initial state. But if you had the original disc with the 1.0 on it and you just took your system, like you disconnected the network for your system, you could actually play the game without updating it. You could just play it in its current state for a while. But now if you try to do that, the system won't recognize it. Like it says, I don't know what this is, this game can't run, you're gonna have to update it. And so that opportunity to sort of show off this oddity, this odd state, which is sort of existing in the perishable state of my memory. It's eventually going to go away, even though I have like a disc which has the original thing on it. I don't know. There's something sad to me about that because there's so many fun glitches in old games, and it's just not going to be a thing in the future. Is another basilisk? Oh, it's 3 basilisks. Oh, no, never mind. They're ice lizards. What's up, ice lizards? What are y'all doing here in this fire room? They're like, well, we're trying to get away from the fire, honestly. If you could leave that outside, we'd appreciate it. Okay. Big strong Maria over here with her mighty muscles. Going and hitting that guy. Please hit Maria. She really needs some more HP. She's like, don't tell them to hit me. Don't do that. Rude. Okay, so is that thing in the front their tongue or their tail? I'm guessing it's supposed to be their tongue. But I don't really know. Like the little dangly bit? It's like directly at the lower right-hand corner of their sprite. Is that supposed to be a tail or a tongue? I can't decide. Well, they're not petrifying us. So that's good. They're just casting Ice 16, which, despite being multicast, is doing a surprising amount of damage. Interesting. As I have said numerous times, multicasting does not typically work very well in this game. We really gotta get Richard like a better weapon. Oof. Excuse me. Ah. Nice. Oh, she only got a vitality up. No, she needs HP. Don't just raise her vitality. She needs HP too. I mean, good for me, I guess. I got more HP, but Maria's the one who needs it. I guess I can get in the back with Ed. That might not be a bad idea. Oh, yeah, him too. But I do have the Aspel spell, which means I can just fire off spells all I want, because I'm super cool! Did you know? Did you know I'm cool? Tired Did You Know gaming episode about how I'm cool. The ultimate power trip. Did you know I'm cool? That's really stupid. It's funny to me. It's really funny to me. Did you know? He's cool. It's really stupid. Oh my goodness. I thought you could go behind the waterfall. Or the lava fall, or whatever this stuff is supposed to be. Oh, it's a bunch of basilisks. No! Don't glare at... No! That's what I didn't want! Okay, we gotta kill him. We gotta kill him fast. What was the basilisk weak to? I don't know. Holy? Oh, you are dead, dead, dead. Oof. Ha! Puffy clouds! What now? Actually, they might be weak to ice, now that I think about it. I think lizards are often weak. Oh. Well, we walked forward. Now we too can be petrified. Great. Ugh. I bet you Ed's gonna... If we survive this, I bet you Ed's gonna get HP out of it. That's how Golden Child Ed operates. He just, you know, gets HP all the time. Alright, I'm gonna stick with this. See if you can... Maybe you can bring her around. I mean, he's taking some lumps, so I get it, but... Ugh. Not strong enough. I wonder how strong it has to be to actually work. Give another shot. I may have just missed, but... That is one thing that I think they could have done differently in this game, is to make it so that if if your healing spell just wasn't high enough level to actually heal that particular ailment, it said something like too weak or something. Like it gave you some other descriptions that you know it didn't just miss, it actually isn't strong enough to do it yet. Alright, wow. I saw him take a critical hit. I thought for sure he was going to be dead, but nope. Ed hung in there. Mighty, beefy Ed. So strong, so swole. Fix her. No. I don't think... Let's see. Bring him back to life. Alright. See you later, Maria. Bye. It's just so funny that they leave behind. And he would... Yep. He got HP up. I knew he would. Knew he would. Always does. Alright, Maria. You're stoned. Go home. Yeah. Alright. I think we have a golden needle, right? Yeah. You are having a rough time of it, Richard. Very difficult for you right now. Meanwhile, Ed has almost 2,000 HP. Ed is such a beefcake. So beefy, Ed. Alright, well, we're gonna go back. So you come to the front. We're gonna go back. Good luck, y'all. I swear that you could go into a waterfall. No. There's a something over here. What is this? Oh, a flame sword. That's cool. I like the earth sword, but flame sword's better, though. Alright, Richard, you can have my leftovers. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, there you go. Now you got an earth sword. Like a big boy. Walk around in the lava some more. Ah, it hurts. Oh, not the imps. Not the imps. Kill them. Defeat the imps. That was something I learned from watching Pro Jared's Final Fantasy 1 playthrough that he did many years ago at this point, which I still wholeheartedly recommend if you like Final Fantasy. That is a wonderful playthrough. Like one of the best things about it is just how enthusiastic you can tell he is about playing one of his favorite games. It's just something so nice about watching someone play one of their favorite games, isn't it? Really, it really shines through. You can tell that the person is like having a great time. That's fun. Anyway, when he got to the Gurgu volcano, he actually spent a lot of time walking in the lava. Because as he said, each step you take in the lava does a fixed amount of HP damage. But each step you take not in the lava puts you in a battle which could do any number of different amounts of HP damage to you. So it's like by walking in the lava, you're actually like keeping yourself healthier than if you put yourself in the way of a bunch of battles. Very strange. Not how I would have thought of it, but it does make a lot of sense. Oh, wait, no, I was going to use ice. Ice. Ice on there, guys. Kind of. I was hoping for more impact than that. I was kind of weak. That was more what I was hoping for. Oh wait, hang on, better idea. You got some MP for me, bud? What do you say, can you give me some MP? Give me your MP! No, you're dead! Can I take MP from your corpse? Bah! Ugh, not more of these. Chop chop! When did I get to be so slow? Why are the people going faster than me? Oh, so good. Oh, look how much MP I got back! Yes! Oh, the Aspel spell is just the best spell. Oh, it's so wonderful. Have I talked about how good this spell is? I feel like maybe I've mentioned it once or twice, but it's super good. Oh, it's so beneficial. Because it just liberates you from having to be like constrained with your MP all the time. Like, I mean, look at poor Maria and Ed. Like they've used, you know, about the same level of magic I have, but like I could just keep throwing spells around all day. Whereas they have to be like, well, I'm almost out of MP, so I guess I gotta stop having fun. It's so much better if you can just chuck them spells around. Feeling so good. Loving it, loving it. Give me that MP. Give me your MP. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. So good. Now I'm gonna throw more spells at you. Have some fire. Have some fire, you weird plant or animal. I was actually surprised that when I asked about whether Marlboros seem more like plants or animals to my audience, more people said plants. I'm surprised about that. I think of them as kind of looking like, oh, she got dumb. It's fine. It's fine. Flame armor? Dude. Put it on, Maria. Get flame armor. Yeah. Yeah, flame armor. Awesome. Hello, Cybernator, and a good evening to you, too. How are you, sir? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? I was talking about my Thanksgiving earlier. I'm curious if other people had good Thanksgivings if they celebrate. Don't know that everyone does. I had a good time. I hope you did too. Oh, is that better? Better. These things don't look like werewolves. What do they look like? Their heads kind of look like either rats or donkeys. I could see either rat or donkey from their heads. You had a mellow turkey day, made food for fam. What sort of foods did you make, good sir? I am curious what foods you made for fam. Did you have turkey or did you have ham? Did you have a ham with the fam? Or a turkey with the famurkey? The famurkey! Did you have stuffings? Did you have cranberry sauce? What else do people eat on Thanksgiving? Rolls? Did you eat like 20 rolls like Ian did? Did you just consume all the bread in the world? I regrettably did not have rolls, and it was not until I was hearing Ian talk about his homemade rolls that I was suddenly like, wait a minute. I didn't get rolls. Where were my rolls? Turkey, cornbread stuffing, and salad. That's good. Man, I haven't had a good cornbread in a long time. I used to get cornbread a lot because my mom would make something called beanie weenie. I don't know if that's a commonplace food. There's three of this here so small. That's fine. Oh, hey, it's a black mage. What's up, dude? What are you doing here? Hey. The mage changes shape. Does he now? Oh, he turned into a fire giant. Oh, no. Hi, though. Okay. Wait, I can actually use my aura spell. Aura. Yeah. But yeah, wait, my mom used to make a dish called beanie weenie, which is like baked beans with like hot dog chopped up in it. And anytime she made that, she would also make cornbread. It was delicious. So whenever I think of cornbread, I always think of beanie weenie, and it also reminds me of childhood because I don't like beans, frankly. I was not a fan of the actual beanie weenie dish, but I love sweet things, and I would always put syrup on my cornbread. So whenever I think of beanie weenie, I also think about not eating beanie weenie and instead just eating the cornbread. Because I am a good person who follows proper health, follows a proper diet. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. How's my Thanksgiving? It was nice. It was nice. It almost didn't happen. I told this story earlier, so I'll make it abbreviated here, but I almost didn't go because members of my family who were already there were warning me that people were sick. And so I was like, do I want to go up there or not? But I did, and I'm glad I did, because by the time I got there, everyone was pretty much better. And it was a lot of fun. And I got to have a pedicure, and my feet look great. I've never had a pedicure before, but my feet look great. Ooh, the charm spell is really useful, actually. I didn't know you could learn that in this game. I didn't know you could learn that in this game. Oh, Maria's charming. Maria, learn to be more charming than you already are. Beanie Weenie is like Sloppy Joe. You really don't hear about much of this pedicure posh. Yes. Yes, it was so fancy. So my sister makes a lot of money. It's the easiest way to put it. She has done well for herself, and she makes a lot of money. She's the rich one in our family. And so whenever, like, she likes to buy everyone else in the family like fun things like that. Like, we're all gonna go get a manicure or a pedicure. We're all gonna do this. We're all gonna do that. When earlier in this year, everyone went up there for like a family reunion thing. And again, I told this story at the beginning, so people have been watching the whole thing. Sorry, you have to hear it again. She bought the whole family like a pedicure thing back when, like, earlier in the year, but I couldn't go to that one. And so for this one, she was like, I'm going to get you a pedicure too. And I sat in the chair, and they cut my toenails, and they fixed up my feet, and they offered to paint my toenails, and now I sort of regret that I didn't, because I think it would have been funny. But I couldn't bring myself to be like, yes, I, the heterosexual man sitting in this chair, want you to paint my toenails. Do it. I was like, no, I should have embraced the strangeness of getting a pedicure. But yeah, it was fun. It was neat. My feet felt great afterward. One bit of an issue, though, unfortunately, is that I am ticklish, especially on my feet. And so the entire time I was just like, what color would I have gotten on my nails? I don't know. My sister got like a smoky rose. My mom got pink, or she got red. And so I guess I could have gotten green. Could have gotten green toenails, and then we would have been very Christmassy. But alas, I did not. I should have, but I did not. What did I do? Hang on. I got completely distracted. What was I doing here? Fire. Yeah, you. Yeah, but I'm ticklish, and so the entire time I kept trying to like hold it together and not laugh, you know, not like gone crazy and laugh. And like my mom she was like, "Are you gonna laugh? Are you gonna laugh?" Because she was sitting next to me. She's like, "I know that you're ticklish." You can laugh. You can laugh. Like, stop it, Mom. I'm trying to hold it together here. But it was fun. Family feet photo shoot for yeah, could have done. Well, originally my my sister was gonna get her nails painted green to match my mom's, but I guess she already had the particular color that they had at the place, that like the green color she already had at home, and like you have to buy the nail polish for them to use it. And so she's like, I don't want to buy like another one of these, so I'm just gonna get like rose. And yeah, I don't know, but it was fun. It was weird. It was a very strange experience, but I enjoyed it. So that was probably the most unusual thing that happened. Oh, and traffic was terrible. I hated driving back and forth. That wasn't fun. I even left on Saturday to try and avoid some of the traffic. It was still awful. I was driving into the sun the entire time. Absolutely miserable. Took 9 hours both ways. Don't believe what Google Maps tells you. Google Maps said it should only take about 7 hours. Nope, took 9 hours both times. Awful. Awful. I hated it, but you know, whatever. It was worth it. It's worth it to see family. Let me heal everybody. I don't think that there's too much. I think that there are like 3 themed areas in this dungeon. So we went through the fire one just now, and now we're in the ice one. And then I think after this, there's maybe like a lightning one, and then we're done. Yeah. Well, you know, the funny thing is though, like my parents drive everywhere. So my parents are they're always driving like up to visit my sister, and they always drive every time. They never take a flight. And do you want this diamond shield? You want this? There you go. There you go, buddy. You keep having the leftovers, Richard. You're a temporary party member. I don't have to care about your feelings. What's over here? Oh, I don't want this. Go back. And so my parents just got home today after their long drive, and they did like, I think it was like 8, 6, and 6 or something. You know, they had long drives too, but my dad's just a more stalwart individual than I am, I guess. He was just like, yeah, whatever. You know, I like to make sure the first leg is longer than the others, so I make it a little bit longer. Like, I don't know how you can hang in there for 9 hours and not be like seething at the end of the day. I was a wreck at the end of the day. I was like, I hate everything. I hate the sun and everything that orbits around it. Just filled with rage. I wonder if... I think if I use this on her, she'll absorb my MP, and I don't want that. So instead, I will cast Bursk on her. Oh... That's all I got to report about Thanksgiving, though. It was fun. I've decorated my house for Christmas. You played Hybrid Heaven for the first time! Oh, was it good? I actually... That's a game, like, I had Nintendo Power growing up. And I remember reading about Hybrid Heaven and thinking it sounded really cool, but I've never played it. If the opening cinematic is really, like, interesting, I guess don't tell me what happens, so I'll go watch it after this stream's over. But what's the game like? All I really know about it is that it's like a game where in battle, like, you can use one of your 4 limbs to attack, and like as you level up each limb individually, like your character model actually gets like more muscular on that body part, which I think sounds really neat. But that's so interesting to hear someone talk about. Oh wait, that was terrible. Wait a minute. Oh, it raises my defense but it lowers my attack. Not enough. Hybrid Heaven, wow. It's just such a surprise to hear someone mention that. Go watch it, didn't get very far, it looks cool. Okay. I'll watch it. Go watch it later. It's like a Blade Runner dystopia kind of setting, isn't it? Something like that. Again, I don't really know very much about it, but it just seemed cool. It was also one of the very few RPGs on the N64, so that also stands out in my mind. I don't think the imps are undead. I think they're just demonic. Don't do that. Don't you poison me. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Don't confuse everyone, please. Oh, everyone except Ed is confused. Neato. So what prompted you to play Hybrid Heaven? Like, are you like me that you thought it was like a cool game, but you never actually played it? Look at us run! We're like... It's very silly that they just run in place. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. She's gonna kill him. Did I mention to y'all already that I was decidedly wow, that's a lot of damage. Good job, Richard. I mean, it's not great that you hit our friend, but that's a pretty impressive amount of damage. Did I mention on here already that I was very disappointed when I went back? He's dead. When I went back and played San Francisco Rush, because like I remembered San Francisco Rush being like super duper cool, and then like I played it and I was just like, this is not as much fun as I remember. I remember this being like an amazing, like one of those racing games where you can like go all over the place and there like a variety of paths and stuff. But yeah, it was just kind of a racing game. I don't know. I was disappointed when I played it. I didn't get very far either because it was harder than I expected it to be. Alright, we're all friends again. And Richard's still dead. A friend's house with N64 multi-cart. I remember Hybrid Heaven for being notoriously jank. Oh, I haven't heard anything about it being janky. Okay. Well, shows what I know about it. I am very intrigued by the description of it as having a very I don't even know what you're getting at by saying that you weren't ready for it, but by having a very interesting opening. I'm very curious what it's going to be like. I will have to wait and find out after the stream. Yes, let's see. Actually, hang on. Can you heal poison? I think you can, yes? Yeah, okay, cool. Hey, one werewolf. He's like, I'm gonna get you. You're not ready for me. I'm the scariest werewolf you've ever seen. Look out for me. Ah! Ah! Died so fast I couldn't even use Aspil on him. Oh, but my Aspil leveled up. It's a rare situation where you don't actually want Aspil to get stronger, because the stronger level it gets, the more MP it requires, and you don't want it to use a lot of MP. It's a very strange spell in that regard. In what way is it janky? If you can tell me without, like, giving too much away about the game. I'm curious how it is jank, so to speak. Notoriously jank. Also, I have not streamed in a while, and I kind of forgot that it destroys your throat. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I will be right back. Sit down. I miss? No, that round is still going? Goodness. You know, it's a game for the N64 that I kind of regret that I didn't play more of. Quest 64. Oh, he's too low on MP. Well, Ed, I guess you can use your magic staff. Really don't know if it is jank. You just have a recollection of wanting to play it after seeing like a Matt McMuscles episode or something. Yeah. I mean, it is true that we are influenced by the influencers that we watch. Getting back to Quest 64, for example, I now have a very negative association with Quest 64 thanks to the video on it that Pro Jared did many years ago, in which he described how it had significant faults. Kind of like Quest, but it's so barren. Yeah, like, I always kind of liked Brian's design. Like, I don't know, he's a little soldier guy, or he's a little mage guy. I liked him. I don't know. But I do remember I played that game before I really knew anything about RPGs. And so I didn't know you were supposed to like level up. So I would just kind of kept walking into like more and more dangerous areas. And then when I couldn't beat enemies, I was like, this game's dumb. I was just sort of like, I should be able to win. This game's dumb. I just stopped playing it. I really regret that. I feel like I could have enjoyed the game if I gave it more time, but what are you gonna do? Just hungry for N64 RPGs and it was so generic. Yeah, that's... I mean, again, like, feel free to go back and watch the Pro Jared video on it, but that was kind of the impression he gave too, was like, it was just kind of a, like, there weren't many RPGs for the N64, and so people were really excited at the prospect of an N64 RPG, and then it was just very bland. It also had kind of like a frustrating stat leveling system that's honestly kind of like this one, where, you know, as you use certain abilities, those abilities get stronger, which is great in theory. The problem happens when you get situations where, like, apparently in that game, the way you level up your speed is running around. Just running in the environment will raise your speed over time. Again, sounds reasonable. You know, it's like, oh, well, people will, you know, get their speed leveled up as they're just playing the game. It's great. But apparently it levels up so slowly that it's, like, frustrating. You know, I want to say in the video, Jared says, like, he rubber banded the control stick and, like, left the game on overnight, and by the morning he had, like, gained 1 point of speed after having run around in a circle for 8 hours straight. You know, it's like, and I guess, you know, this is me speaking from ignorance. I've never made a game. I don't know what it's like. I don't know these considerations. But I guess when you make a game, if you're, like, using, like, a traditional experience-based level up, like, you know, standard level up system, is probably a much more balanced way to handle it, because you don't know how your player's going to play. And so you don't want to create a scenario where, you know, like, because, like, you don't know the dominant strategy until you've put it out into the world to find out the dominant strategy. And in some cases, like, that can result in really unbalanced games through no fault of the designer. You know, it's like they didn't know everyone was going to use this one strategy and nothing else. But sometimes that happens. Like, the prime example of that I think of is in Castlevania Harmony of Despair. With the character Soma. What are these, like, low-level enemies doing here? What are y'all doing here? This is strange. I'm gonna cast fire on this flower. Yeah, in Castlevania Harmony of Despair, which, if you don't know, is kind of like a crossover game. Ooh, did you see that? Did you see where it said 1090 and there, it didn't say damage? Because he did too much damage? Oh, it's so cool. Oh, it's so exciting. I forgot the game did that. Yay! That's fun. I'm excited about this thing. Yay! I'm excited by how strong I am. Oh. Anyway. Yeah, in that game, it's like a crossover game where you can play like it's a fun game. You can actually play with, I think, 5-6 people at a time, and like you can choose different characters from the Castlevania mythos and all play together and like try and defeat a boss or something. It's a fun game. I recommend it. It was a PlayStation Network game back during the PS3 era. But one of the things that's neat about the game is that sorry, my stomach is really not helping me out very much right now. They took pains to try to preserve the character, like the abilities of each character as best they could, to differing degrees of success. Like, for the characters Soma and Alucard, they pretty much nailed it. Spot on. The characters act exactly like they did in the original games. Other characters, like Shinoa, got the shaft and do not act like they were supposed to at all. And as a result of that, some characters, like, it's not an even playing field. You know, it's harder to play as Shinoa because she doesn't have any of her abilities. Like, she's just crippled. Like, what's funny is that with Shinoa, the dominant strategy for people that want to play as her was to exploit, that 1011 looks so good, was to exploit like not a glitch, but mechanical oversight, I guess, called backdash canceling, where you would, like, if you attacked and then backdashed, it would cancel the attack animation but still do the damage. And so if you like repeatedly like attack backdash duck, attack backdash duck, if you could do that really rapidly, you could do a tremendous amount of damage really quickly, which has nothing to do with the way they built the character. It's more of a mechanical oversight, something that was, I would assume, not caught during testing. And getting to the point I was trying to say is that, you know, I don't think the designers intended for people to use Shinoa that way. Or, with Soma, a lot of people found a variety of, I guess, mechanical glitches you could do to, like, make you, like, pass through walls and, like, jump higher than you're supposed to and stuff like that. And, as a result, Soma became an almost necessary entity in a lot of high-level play, despite the fact that he was intended to just be one of several options. I guess I'm just trying to say is that, like, I feel like it's sort of a shame in some cases that games wind up becoming so unbalanced in these ways. But at the same time, you know, I was talking earlier about how it's nice when glitches stick around. It is true that the Konami never decided to update the game. Like, all of those tricks and exploits were very widely publicized. Like, people, you know, used them a lot online, but they could very easily have patched them out. They opted not to. And a friend of mine said that the reason for that is that he suspected Konami did know about those, and they left them in on purpose. I don't agree. I mean, it feels like none of it feels like it's intentional. But, you know, maybe he's right. I don't know. I'm not Konami. I'm not John Konami. Why are the enemies in this area so much weaker than the enemies on the floor just below? That seems weird. Give me your MP, dude. Do you have MP? Do you have MP you can give me? I want it. Give me that MP. Bro. Give me your MP. Why am I slow now? Everyone's going faster than me and I hate it. I don't like that. I don't like going slow. What the heck? Get it together. I mean, another one that comes to mind in terms of, like, I don't think they intended for this to be the case, is Samus's single wall jump from Super Metroid. The grenades look so dumb, but they're so happy. Look at them. Hey, hey, hello. We are the bums. Yay! They're so happy though. Yeah, like the fact that Samus can single wall jump means that, like, you can really, like, if you just learn a little bit about single wall jumping, you can break that game over your knees, so to speak. You know, it's like there's so many things that you can avoid. And, you know, from one perspective, you can be like, oh, well, that's high-level play. On the other hand, it's like, yeah, but how do you think game designers feel about you just completely ignoring all of their well-crafted environments and like puzzles by just, you know, flip kicking? And what's interesting too is, you know, you see some mods for Super Metroid that try to take that away, and it's like, no, I'm crippled now. What do I do? Or like you take Metroid Fusion, which came out afterward, same sort of game, that intentionally, at least I assume, prevents you from doing single wall jumps because they increased the direction of her vertical jump. Like she goes more, or not vertical, but she goes more horizontal when you flip kick in that game. So I don't know. What am I talking about? I'm just rambling. But I guess what I'm wondering is, you know, if the people at Konami and Nintendo are sad because people have found so many ways to subvert their expectations, or if by contrast they have a positive outlook on it and they're like, wow, we never thought of that. Man, that's clever. You know, like maybe they like it. I don't know. I mean, it is a sign that your audience is engaging with your game. What do I know? I'm just a chicken on the internet. Buck, buckaw. Unrelated, I really like the Spectre sprite design. It's like a cool guy. He's like, I'm a skeleton wearing a cloak, and I have a sword. And boots for some reason. Why is he wearing boots? Why is he wearing boots? He's like, all of my clothing rotted off of me, but I made sure to keep the boots. The boots were important to me, so I kept them. Cuckoo ka-chaw! Cuckoo ka-choo. I am the walrus. You are the Eggman. That's what I always think of when I think of Dr. Eggman. Which is why I don't like calling Dr. Eggman Dr. Eggman. I call him Dr. Robotnik. That's one of the reasons why I like to call him Robotnik. Is because every time I hear Eggman, I immediately think of the Beatles song. And it's like, where's the walrus? Does the walrus go fast? There was a walrus. There was a walrus in the comic books. The comic books by the people that did Archie comics. There was a walrus. He was like a dopey purple walrus with a wrench, I think. He is the walrus. I am the Eggman. Cuckoo ka-choo. Richard, you can't do anything in the back row. You can't do anything in the back row. You have no magic. You have no bow. You could do nothing. You could just swing your weapon around. Just do katas back there and maybe raise your attack power. Good job, buddy. You did it. Ooh. Excuse me. I'm gonna fumigate those Zorak-looking mantises back there. They really do look Zorak-esque. It's the eyes, I think. Oh, see you later, bro. Bye. I was expecting to run away. Hey, Zorak! Zorak, look over here! Ow. Hi. What were their his like uncle and aunt named? This is a deep cut, but there was a Space Ghost Coast to Coast episode where like they had a live studio audience and they were all like Zorak looking aliens with like 60s wigs on. And in the audience was apparently Zorak's aunt and uncle, the parents of Raymond, who was his nephew that he ate when he got hungry. Zorak, what happened to Raymond? Oh, I devoured him. That's barbaric. Is there any less left? You're right, it looks like the lone locust of the apocalypse. It's the lone audience of the apocalypse. I love that show. Oh my gosh, I gotta watch that show. I have some DVDs somewhere around here. I just gotta dig them up. And then, you know, play a DVD, which is a challenge in its own right, but... It's just so... Oh, I forgot to put Richard in the front row. Richard, you guys just swing your weapon around some more, buddy. I'm sorry. I forgot you were in the back row. Keep swinging your weapon around. You'll get there eventually. Oh, right. You have no MP. You can do that, I guess.
I am Zorak, lone locust of the apocalypse. Think of me when you look to the night sky.
Do you have the third DB? I can never get... I think I've only got 2. So no. I think I've only got the first 2. Which I think only... You know, one thing that kind of bugged me, honestly, and this is me being snooty, but they only released the DVDs after the point that they made Adult Swim. And for Adult Swim, they used a lot of the footage of like, I guess, real life Space Ghost. Like they got like a kind of chubby dude to dress up in like a Space Ghost costume and go out into the world and do random things. And I think they started doing that initially on Cartoon Planet, back before Cartoon Planet and Space Ghost Coast was kind of like merged together. They had like a segment where they would have like chubby Space Ghost go out into the world and do things. And the DVDs for Space Ghost Coast to Coast use that same kind of like Adult Swim branding. And because I didn't like the Adult Swim Space Ghost, it always kind of bugs me. I'm like, I wish these looked like the original series and not crap Adult Swim version. Ooh. Ooh. That's just me being snooty, though. It's still the same funny content. Don't need your antidote. Well, this place is taking forever. Ah, the ice water! It's so cold! How cold is it? Have some more fire. Stab. Bow. Stab. Yeah. Oh, was it Andy Merrill? Yeah, I could see that. I think you're right, actually. That sounds right. Andy Merrill was the voice of Brack, right? And some other characters, I think. I want to say that Brack and Zorak were 2 different voice actors, but I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah. I know the Brack voice is very hard to do. I can't do it. I can kind of do the Zorak voice, and Moltar is just like a deep voice. You almost need to have a pitch shift to do Moltar's voice, but Brack's voice is just so... It's like yelling quietly, because it has the same like cadence and sound of someone yelling, but it's not actually, you don't actually yell to do it. You have to like sound like you're yelling without yelling. very hard to do. It's hard to explain. But I can't do Brax voice. That's a hard one. I'm saying this like I'm good at doing voices. I can't do impressions at all. I just do my best. Just try and make voices. I don't know. I'm the same way in drawing too. Like, I can do general things, but when it comes to actually trying to do like a portrait, I like freeze up. I can't do it. Can't do portraits. Too hard. I'm always too paranoid about the everybody's running away from me now, by the way. I'm too paranoid about the prospect that they're gonna get mad at me. I'm like, no, I know you specifically asked for me to do this, but I'm scared you're gonna be mad. You're gonna get mad at me. Is the ice sword better than the flame sword? I'm kind of surprised I got that immediately. It is better. All right. Well, Richard, do you want this flame sword now? Here, take a flame sword. That's cool, right? I guess I'll let you just carry around the earth sword. You can pretend you're Brave Fencer Musashi for a little bit here. Oh, briefly on the subject of Brave Fencer Musashi. So, as you're probably aware, if you watch my streams, please do. I finished up Mario 64 before I went off for Thanksgiving, which means we are once again without a second game. We have this, which is we're getting pretty close to the end. We're about 3/4 of the way through the game, but you know there's still work to be done. But we're going to need another game to play. And during, you know, the long 9 hours, 18 hours that I was driving hither and yon, I was trying to think of other games I could play. I've still got a unfinished game of Castlevania Symphony of the Night that I started some time ago. So the very least I can play that, and that'll be fun. But in a broader sense, I need to come up with something else to play, and I was trying to come up with ideas. And I hit on Brave Fencer Musashi. I've never actually played it before. But, you know, we played through Samurai Legend Musashi, and I actually read, when I was playing Samurai Legend Musashi, I read some articles that were talking about how a lot of people, apparently, were upset that Samurai Legend Musashi was so far removed from Brave Fencer. They were like, oh, we want a more Brave Fencer and we got this crap. Have I ever played Shadowgate 64? Yes, but I guess I shouldn't say I've played it. I've watched a friend play it. I was at a friend's house and we played it together. And oh no, Maria, she got stoned. Oh, she's not gonna be able to function at all now. She's so stoned. Yeah, so yes, but I don't remember any of it. I remember kind of like the idea that you're in a town the entire time and you're trying to like I think you're trying to find your way out of town or something, if I remember correctly. That's the most I'm ordered about. Yeah, well, you know, I was surprised by how many Shadowgate games there are. I think there are 4 of them. I think there's Shadowgate, and then there's I think there's Return to Shadowgate. There's what is the one on? There's one on TurboGrafx because I was very excited when I finally got it. But I can't remember what it's called now. And then there's Shadowgate 64. And I think there's another one actually. Yeah, there's a bunch. There's like more than just the 2. I was surprised about that. But I do have a copy. If you think that would be something you'd enjoy watching, we can dig it out and see what I can do. That's still more of an RPG-esque game, though. Like, whenever I met... Stop getting her stoned. We need her to be helping us out. Whenever I do the way I think about streams, I always try and have like an active game and a quiet game. RPGs tend to fall into the quiet game role, and then like platformers and like other games like that are active games. So what we're looking for right now is an active game. But I mean, I wouldn't mind trying Shadowgate 64. The Four Towers. But I would look up the F-Zero X really holds up. F-Zero X is really good. I certainly wouldn't mind it for a single stream. The other thing is I would like, if I can, to get at least a couple streams out of a game, you know? Maybe not just one stream. F-Zero X would probably just be one stream, honestly. That said, now that you've said it, I do want to play it. Oh, fudge. Now what? Maria's stoned, and I can't unstone her. I can't bring her down from her high. I guess I need to leave. That's lame, man. I hate that. Did you ever play Stun Runner Arcade? No, I don't know Stun Runner. That's not familiar to me. Is that an arcade version of some other game? I don't like. I've never even heard of Stun Runner, much less Stun Runner Arcade. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave. This sucks. Oh, but she's the one that has warp. This sucks, man. I'm gonna have to walk out. No, I got a better idea. I'll just have some MP. Get us out of here, bud. Exit. Yep. F-Zero X is a really cool game, though. I've actually considered playing F-Zero GX on either stream or regular series. Because I've never actually beaten F-Zero GXs. Stop. No. I don't want to go in there. No. I was leaving. Stun Runner was an early low poly 3D game hover bike racing. Okay. I'll look it up, but I'm not familiar with it. Based on your discussion about it, I assume you have familiarity with it, yes? It feels similar to F-Zero X. Well, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of a low poly game that reminds me of F-Zero X is Wipeout. I always wanted to play Wipeout because I really liked the graphic design. This was before I was in graphic design school, so I didn't even know that I was like a fan of graphic design, but I always thought Wipeout's like art design looked neato torpedo. And I didn't even know why. You owned on that arcade machine. Where did you play it? Did you have like an arcade near your house, or did you play it recently, or what? That's awesome. I got a big time Stun Runner Arcade Pro in my chat right now. Earlier than Wipeout, I think hard driving. Huh, okay. Interesting. Now I'm curious about it. Giving me lots of things to look up after the stream's over. We are gonna finish Mysidia Tower, by the way. I'm gonna get through this stupid tower. Like, that's one thing that I'd kind of forgotten about the later parts of this game, is that the dungeons, like, as the game goes on, the dungeons become a lot longer. This game has long dungeons, which I would not say is a bad thing. The only real problem with it is that this was before we had save points, so you had to do the whole thing in one go. There's one of the first putt-putt in my neighborhood. They've had it for several years. Well, that's two cool things in one statement. Did putt-putt start in Kentucky? I didn't know that. Interesting. Everything of putt-putt, I always think of this like jingle from putt-putt. Back when I was a kid, it was like putt-putt golfing games. Everybody wants to play. They had like a big like orange golf ball mascot, and at one point like someone hits him and he like goes across the screen. Did not start in Kentucky. Okay, that's where you're from, right? Oh, it was an international thing? Putt-putt was international? What? What? International putt-putt? I mean, I guess golf started in Scotland or whatever, but that just feels weird. Like, putt-putt feels like such an American thing to me. I'm surprised to hear that it's, like, cosmopolitan. It's like, oh yes, people in foreign countries play putt-putt. Golf and games. Are you prepared for putt-putt? That's right, Pep. Ugh, my stupid inventory full of key items. I don't want these. I don't want these key items in my inventory. Such a nuisance, but you can't get rid of them. I hate it. I hate it. Alright. Oh, she's still stoned. She is so stoned. Stop being stoned, lady. There. Just say, oh man. Where are we? Oh, sorry, y'all. What are we doing? Switch, 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 switch. There we go. Rio getting stoned, and we have to drag her all over the place because she can't help herself. It's a real problem. We need an intervention. Yeah, like I don't have a problem with the long dungeons. I just have a problem with the fact that like there's no save points. So just do it all in one go. Like the very last dungeon in this game is pretty rough for that regard. It's definitely a dungeon you're supposed to do in like multiple sessions because it's long. The last dungeon is called Pandemonium and it's long. It's a very, very, very long dungeon. Oh my, doggone it. We have to leave again. We have to leave again. Because she was petrified, she didn't get any benefits out of being asleep. Doggone. Gall dang. Oh, it's frustrating. Boo. That's cool though. Stun runner. Oh! Oh goodness! Oh! Oh! Minnie! just walks forward, it's like punch, punch. Oh! Oh, it wears off on its own. Well, that's a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. Huh. Barrier. Putt-putt golf and games. Everybody wants to play. Honestly, when I think of putt-putt, I think of two things. I think of either Mountasia, which was like a themed mini golf place where I lived. That was like, it was like it was a really cool place. Like it was set up like a mountain with like jungle. Look at her go. It was like set up like a jungle, so they had like a bunch of like big plastic animals all over the place, and they had like palm trees and stuff, and there was like a lake with a waterfall in the middle of it. It was really cool. It's a really cool mini golf place. I think of that, and I think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, because I went to a birthday party at a putt-putt, and it was really cool. I miss it. I miss Mountasia. Apparently it's very run. Actually I think it's closed now, but like by the time I left my hometown, it was like really run down, so you wouldn't want to go there now. But it was fun when I was a kid. Absolutely fun when I was a kid. But yeah, I went to a birthday party, and we had 4 people playing all 4 turtles at the same time, and I'm pretty sure we beat that game. which is it's a big deal in a young chicken's life to beat Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. I was super excited about it. So, you know what's funny to me? I feel like nobody ever talks about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project. Like, you hear people talking about Turtles in Time obsessively. You hear people talking about TMNT 2. Well, nobody ever talks about the Manhattan Project. There's a dinosaur mini golf nearby, but it got torn down when I was young. That's a shame. I liked themed mini golf. I think that's the other thing I think of when I think of Putt-Putt is how it wasn't Mount Tasia. Like how not Mount Tasia it was. Because we also had a Putt-Putt in town. And it was just sort of like there was no like overhead cover, so like you were just kind of like in a parking lot, basically putt-putting. And I was like, this is miserable. Why don't we just go to Mount Tasia where there's like water features and trees and giant plastic animals to climb on, you know? I got in super trouble at a putt-putt also at Mount Tasia at one point in time too, because like I was like a reckless high schooler, I guess, if you believe that. And I was like really excited, and I had like friends, and I was doing stupid things with the golf ball. I was like tossing it up and trying to hit it in midair, and like this one dude who was playing like golf behind us walked over, and he just laid into me. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like all bravado, all bluster was gone immediately as soon as this adult man came over, and he was like, you should stop doing that. You're gonna hurt somebody. I'm like, I'm sorry. Please, no. All bluster disappeared immediately as soon as I had to try and like man up to it. I'm like, no. I'm sorry, I admit I am a dumb kid. Don't hurt me, frightening other man. What can I say? I'm a chicken. I don't try to hide that. I am a chicken. And, you know, in retrospect, I was being pretty dangerous. I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing. So he was in the right. I also want to say, so that, like, as I'm just talking about Mount Tasia now. As you went on the course, you could either go the zebra direction or I think the elephant direction. Or zebra and giraffe, maybe. I don't know. Two animals. Actually, two savanna animals. So not jungle animals. Two savanna animals. You could just choose your direction. And what was fun was the two courses like looped around the mountain, and they kind of like overlapped in certain places. So like as you were like if you sent one person on the one course and one person on the other course, they would eventually like meet at some point in the middle, and be like, hey, like not actually use the same courses, but like the courses kind of like came close to each other. And there's at least one part where it goes through a cave. And I mentioned the fact that it was pretty run down by the time that I was leaving. One good example of that rundown nature, people pooped in the cave. I went there. There was poop in the cave. Somebody just dropped trowel, pooped in the cave. I remember thinking, it's like, I hope my ball doesn't get near that. I don't want to get anywhere near the poop in the cave. Oh, thank you. So classy. Yeah. Still, good memories from when I was young. They also had the thing that I think is pretty standard for most mini golf places, where like the last hole kind of like eats your ball. You know, like you knock the ball into the last hole, and it kind of like goes into a little ball collection bin for the employees later. And I always thought that was the coolest thing. Like, do people poop in public elevators? Oh no, I've never encountered that, but that's terrible. An elevator? You are trapped in at least this mini golf thing was outside, but you were trapped in an elevator. Oh no. Oh no. That's terrible. Don't poop in the elevator, folks. It's not good. More of those angry donkeys. I was talking earlier about Pokemon. There are so I don't know if you know, having not played Pokemon really extensively except it for Pokemon Blue. There are probably tons of Pokemon that I don't know. And so I don't know if these are new Pokemon or old Pokemon or what they are. But there is like some of the Pokemon in Scarlet are kind of cool. At least I like them. But there's one that I've got in my party right now that's like a donkey. I named him Danky Kang. I like him. He's a donkey. He's got weird eyes and he's a donkey. I like him. Oh, also briefly on Pokemon, I was talking on a Discord earlier today about it. And man, I gotta tell you, things have gotten a lot more complicated since back in my day. Back in my day, you just leveled up a Pokemon to a certain level and then he evolved. Or you used like a rock to use radiation on him until he mutated into another creature. That's how nature intended. Nowadays, apparently, Pokemon can evolve based on like how many steps they take, or like when they learn certain moves, but not at certain levels. Poke-Chunk, Asagor, Squirtle, I choose you. Yeah, there's some strange names out there. Like I think the donkey's real name is Mudbray, I think. And I've got another one that's like, apparently it's a dragon type, but it just sort of looks like a blob. It's like a dragon blob. And I'm like, oh, go dragon blob. Destroy my enemies. I named him the Floppler. Here's a question for the audience. If you were a Pokemon player, do you nickname your Pokemon? Or do you leave them their original name? Curious. I always give them nicknames. It's like one of the... And I always give them nickname... Like, I know people have different strategies for how they nickname their Pokemon. So I would love to hear if you have strategies for how you nickname your Pokemon. If you nickname your Pokemon. Because... I don't know. I make up the names usually... I usually try and make them some kind of pun based on what type of animal it is. You do nicknames? Yeah, you're with me. It's fun. I don't know. It's fun to come up with nicknames for your Pokemon. I like doing it. I know, like when back when, you know, PB and Jeff, rip PB and Jeff, was still around. They did that Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke. We got to see Hunky Chunky Dad. We got to see some of PBG's method for how he nicknames his Pokemon, which is apparently he just takes the first letter and then just babbles with that first letter until he finds something that he likes. Only collect Ursa rings. I have an Ursa ring. I got an Ursa ring recently. Yeah. I got I was Teddy Ursa is another Pokemon that is not from Pokemon Blue, and so I don't know anything about it, but it's a cute little teddy bear, and I'm like, this might be good at some point. I'm gonna level up this teddy bear. And boy howdy, I had to wait a long time before that teddy bear leveled up into something more useful. But he did eventually level up. And it's pretty cool. I like him. He's a big old bear. Like that. Doggone it, Maria. 2 pounds. Oh, she's stoned again. Oh no, he's stoned too. Everybody's getting stoned. It's very inconvenient. Can you guys not do that? I'm trying to think, what are some of the Pokemon that I have right now that I like? I got a Murkrow, which again to just demonstrate how I am old man. I only play old Pokemon. I got really excited when I got a Murkrow because I'm like, oh, it's one of the new ones. Murkrow came out in Generation 2. But in my mind, that's the new one. So I was like, oh, sweet, it's a Murkrow. I've heard of this one. This is a new Pokemon. Nope. But I always wanted one because I remember when Pokemon Gold was first coming out, and I was seeing like some of the new Pokemon, and one of them was a Murkrow, and I'm like, oh, it looks so cool, and it's the new type, Dark. I gotta get this Dark Crow. So cool. And I was surprised to see that it had Gust. If you didn't know, fun little thing about Richard just looks like he's wearing iron armor. Fun little thing about the original Pokemon Blue that has since been changed. In the original Pokemon Blue, Pidgeys were a lot more useful in the early game than in later generations because they started with the move Gust, meaning that as soon as you got a Pidgey, you had a flying move. And that was extremely useful for the Viridian Forest. You had a move that all the animals in the Viridian Forest would be weak to. In later games, they took that away. And I think nowadays Pidgeys start off with like Scratch, maybe something like that. I think it's Scratch. Which is not as useful. Not as useful as Gust. So that's yet another situation where my experience with Pokemon is very skewed because I mostly think about the very first game, which had all kinds of problems. Had like a ton of problems with it. Lots of glitches in the first game. And yeah, it definitely skews my perspective on what Pokemon are good or bad and stuff like that. It is still fun to collect them, though. It's fun to collect them. It's fun to see them evolve. All that's still fun. Hasn't changed. Other parts of the game aren't fun, but that part's fun. I just beat the, earlier today I beat the gym with the, gym leader who is a streamer. That was kind of funny. Felt very on the nose for what I'm doing now. Guys, I was doing like, I'm gonna have to stream later. I bet this lady has more subs than I do. Like during the fight, she's talking about like, or prior to the fight, she's talking about like how she's like, I hope you do really good so I can get a lot of subs. I mean, so that my viewers get some fun content. Like, yeah, I know what you're getting at, lady. It's all right. I get where you're coming from. She had scary shark teeth. I don't know why that was. She had scary shark teeth. I swear, I feel like the bomb explosions are supposed to do more than they seem to be doing. Like, throughout this entire game, I feel like the bomb explosions have been kind of underwhelming. I guess it's a good thing, but just kind of a surprise. Ooh. Yep. I definitely haven't streamed in a while. My throat's like, why are you doing this? Why do you kill me? It's so cruel. Why would you do this thing to me? I'm sorry, Throat. I didn't think you'd be so upset about it. Well, of course I'm upset about it. It's like you're raking pain over me over and over again. Oh, I got stronger. She got more soul, and Ed got more HP because he always does. All right, switch places. Back. That thing was a boss. Y'all remember that thing was a boss? That red soul? That was a boss way back when. Ed has so much HP. I mean, it's good. It's good that he has a lot of HP. He just has so much HP. Drain. Freaking golden child Ed, man. Things always work out well for him. Ugh. Ugh. Death. Probably not gonna work, but whatever. I'll try it. Death. The guy is kind of well, he's dead now. He kind of looks like he's wearing a sundial on his hand. Very silly. Have I talked to y'all about the YouTube channel Ahoy? AHOY? Saying sundial made me think of it because the channel is like it's like one of those video essay channels where, you know, they just kind of like the guy chooses a topic and does like a documentary style video about it. And he has two main series. One of them is called Iconic Arms, and the other one is... Does it actually have a name? I don't think it actually has a name. It's just kind of like his other series. It's about video games. It used to be called Game Over, but now it just... I don't think it has a name anymore. Anyway, and I was listening to the Iconic Arms series on my iPod earlier because I had like walk over to work, and so I just kind of put my headphones on and listen to something, and it's really cool. Like, what's the guy's name? Steven, maybe? No, I don't remember. But the author of the series does an excellent job of researching and also like just presenting, because like I've watched a lot of different types of those like video essay things. There are definitely some that are better than others. You know, like some people get how to make it interesting, other people don't. Like, there's another one that I like somewhat. There's a series called Abandoned. It's about like various abandoned things, like abandoned amusement parks, abandoned hotels, abandoned whatever. And I can only take so much of that one because the author of those, he just has the same way of saying things. Like, how do I put this? There's a particular cadence to the way that this man, you feel that some YouTubers like this too. Yeah, right? It's like some folks some folks you're like, oh, this is interesting. It's like creative and like I enjoy it. Like Kevin Perjurer, the guy who does Defunct Land. I could probably listen to him all day. I like Kevin's stuff a lot. This Ahoy guy, like him a lot. But some people, they're just sort of like, as you listen, you just start to hear the same like patterns to the way they're talking. You know, like it all just kind of like mushes together in your head. You're just like, okay, what is this guy talking about now? Because you just sort of like the words, it just kind of becomes a noise, I guess you could say. And I mean, I don't know what I'm doing either. You know, nobody knows how to do YouTube except Mark Rober. Mark Rober knows how to do YouTube. But I don't know. It makes me think of that something that Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps said one time when he was talking about this. He said, you know, if you want to make yourself stand out from the crowd in terms of these video essays, it helps to just take a little acting lessons. You know, just learn how to speak, how to project, and how to make what you're saying interesting. And it will do wonders for your content. And I think that's true. I mean, I haven't taken acting lessons, but I do know that when I do content creation, whatever you want to call this nonsense that I've been doing for 5 years, whenever I do it, I intentionally try to sound like I intentionally try to be more theatrical than I would be in normal life, because I think that makes for more interesting content than if I was just speaking, I guess. So even things like not just trying to make jokes, but even just the way I talk is more exuberant than I am in regular life. I got so much MP out of that dude. Bro. I got like 80 MP out of that one bomb. That was awesome. So good. And what's interesting too is like when I go back and listen to some of my earliest YouTube videos, I did have a more like, I guess, restrained cadence to the way I spoke back then. And I personally don't think it sounds good. So I don't know. I don't know if that's helpful for anybody, but it's worth it to know that presentation counts. You know, it's not just what you're presenting; it's also how you're presenting it. All right, if we can just get Maria up the stairs without her getting stoned again, we'll be in good shape. Oh, is that a funny joke? I don't know. Was I just talking about the content being worth, you know, being relevant? Whatever. It's fine. This entire stream is going to be in this one stupid tower. This tower is taking forever. Oh, goodness. Some of the dungeons in this game are quite a slog. Which, again, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just, you know. Gotta be ready for it. It's also true that, you know, I'm only playing this game like 2 hours at a time. If you actually sit down and play an RPG, you probably play for more than 2 hours at a time. You know, so you get into it. I'm excited about it. I don't want that. Oh my gosh. I had 3 fights in 3 steps. Come on. Come on, you vamps. You vamp girls. With your weird cocktail dresses. Why do you look like that? Well, I got smarter. And Maria got faster. No, come on, I was just talking about not getting stoned. What are you guys doing here? No, leave. I don't want you here. Yeah, feel the wrath of those fluffy pink clouds. What now, dude? You think you got something? Fluffy pink clouds. I'll take a gamble here. Can I kill him? Come on, kill him. Yeah, got it. Good. I was taking a little bit of a gamble by having Richard and Ed attack the bottom one, but... Whoa. Dude. It cleaned up that basilisk. Cool. Vit up. HP up. Awesome. No! Devil flowers. I don't care what you're selling. They're like, but we're selling really good Girl Scout cookies. It's to help our troop. Do you think these devil flowers actually are going to sell any of their Girl Scout cookies today? Seems like they're being a bit aggressive in terms of their sales pitch. And they just show up and like beat you in the head with their aggressive like stamens and pistils, and then they like confuse you and poison you. It's a real problem, you know? That's why you light them on fire. Then you take their cookies after. The cookies are still good. Not like they make the cookies. Actually, there's a good question for you. I have to assume that whoever makes Girl Scout cookies makes them for all the Girl Scouts. Do they only make Girl Scout cookies, or do they make other things? Oh no! It's a frost giant! Or an ice Gygus, excuse me. He used rock on me. Rock! He rocked and rolled the place with the power of the Ninja Turtle face. Iceman. You know what I'm saying? Devastated. Saying ninja, rap. Goy ninja, goy. It's the Jewish version. Or the Yiddish version. Oh my goodness. Dude. Alright. What if I light you on fire, though? Go, 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 ninja, go, ninja, go, go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Bang, 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 bang. You know what we could use right now? That fire sword that I gave Richard. That'd be good right now, I bet. Be good. Be a good weapon right now. Too bad he's dead. Too bad he's currently face down. Please revive him. Well, that did like nothing to him. Goodness. Win! Win! I could sell it if nothing else. Alright. Well, I think we're getting near the top at this point, which is good. According to Wiki, currently 2 companies manufacturing Girl Scout cookies. One of them is here in Louisville. Very nice. Congratulations. You're at ground zero for Girl Scout cookies. Oh, I didn't remember this purple floor. I didn't remember the purple floor. I thought it was green. Wow, I found a potion. Neat. Hello, boys. They're like, hello. 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 I'm a Gygus. Oh, I'm Gygusy. Please don't kill me. Too bad, Gygus. I've already trained my swords on you. It's only a matter of time. Also, now give me your MP. All your MP. Demand more of your MP. So do you, let's see. When you hear the great Thin Mint heist of 2023, know that I didn't do it and remember me fondly. So you didn't do it, but also you are gone for a unrelated reason. Gotcha. Good to know. Are Thin Mints your favorites, or did you say it for the lols? I do not like Thin Mints personally. Well, it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I'm not crazy. They don't get me excited. But I know that many do enjoy the thinnest of minnest. Boom. Chakalaka. Lilliboth. Yeah, that's fair. I like the ones that are like peanut butter and chocolate. Those are my favorites. I don't know what they're called. Anytime I find a Girl Scout, like I'm like, okay, I want the ones that are peanut butter and chocolate. And she's like, oh, you mean bleh. And I'm like, yep, that's the one. I will buy them. I've heard that many people enjoy the cocoa nut ones. But as a non-fan of... Oh, you guys again? I don't want you, Basilisk. Can't you go? Can't you go elsewhere, Basilisks? I don't want to fight y'all. Y'all are scary and deadly. Thin Mints, a little demystified for me. Winco generic Thin Mints are way better for $1.30 a pack. Yeah. I have heard that Thin Mints are basically the same as the grasshopper cookies that Keebler makes. So, to each their own. If you enjoy those cookies, you eat them. You eat them right up. Oh, she got stoned again. Stop it. It's just Maria. Maria keeps getting stoned. She's got a real problem. It's becoming an issue in her day-to-day life. Oh, now he's stoned too. And guess what? We've only got one more golden needle, and guess who's gonna get to use it? Ooh, a thin layer of cream. Lovely. We've only got one, so hey, guess who gets to use it? The serial offender over here. Yeah, we're just gonna stay in the front now. Nope, not that way. Da, 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 da. What's in here? How are you, gentlemen? Someone set up us the bomb. We get signal. She did a ton of damage to that Chimera, and it's still alive. Concerned. Unrelated, but just because I was you mentioned like a thin layer of cream and mint, and those two thoughts combined into this. There are so many Oreos nowadays. I feel like Oreos and Cheerios have radically proliferated within the past several years. Like there's so many varieties of Oreo. It's like the Cambrian, is it the Cambrian age? Is that the one where all the fish started happening? But for like food. For these two specific food groups. It's like there's so much evolution for these two food types. So many Oreos, so many Cheerios. Ridiculous. You go in the cereal aisle and it's like two entire racks of different types of. There was a Game Grumps episode recently where they just ate all the Cheerios. Oh, it's like there's so many Cheerios now. It's redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous. Chocolate Cheerios terrible. Chocolate peanut butter Cheerios so good. I'll have to try them. Honestly, I have not been terribly adventurous in terms of my Cheerio investigations. I like apple cinnamon Cheerios. I like honey nut Cheerios. I like multigrain Cheerios. All the others can hang. You know, I don't know anything about them. The cinnamon Cheerios are pretty good too, but I mean that's basically just apple cinnamon but without the apple, so. There's so many different Cheerios. And like, I kind of thought that the tie-in cereal, like the goofy like movie tie-in cereals, were kind of not a thing anymore, but no. I saw myself some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin Bass version cereal the other day at the grocery store. I'm like, this is incredible. Do you know how dirty those puppets were? Multigrain used to keep me alive. back when I was in college, every morning at breakfast I would have multigrain Cheerios, orange juice, and a banana every single day of undergraduate college. I had that same breakfast. And I survived because it had a bunch of things on the back that were like, look at all these vitamins for you. And I'm like, ooh, vitamins. I like that. That's good. That will keep me alive. I was not terribly healthy in undergraduate college, but I did survive thanks to multigrain Cheerios. Take that to the bank, Kellogg's. MoeChicken endorsement. I survived college because of these Cheerios. I did it. Is Cheerios Kellogg's? Or is Cheerios like its own company? Like how Dr. Pepper is made by the Dr. Pepper company. Somehow. Oh, nice. Poor Richard. He shouldn't have tried that stuff Maria was playing around with, but, you know. She was a pretty lady, and he wanted to get along with her. So. I got evil! I'm sorry, what? Here, Ed. Take this. You get power and evil. What? Oh, General Mills? Okay, well. Never mind, Kellogg's. You can't take my endorsement. General Mills gonna have it. Because, you know. Or you mean General Motors? Does General Motors make Cheerios? I really want General Motors to make Cheerios. Use the evil stick. Emperor? Dude. Did that just... It just casts Arrow 16. That's awesome, dude. Emperor. Oh, I didn't say Emperor this time. I don't know why it said Emperor the first time, but it said Emperor. Emperor. Do it. That's great. That's honestly really useful for him to have, since he spends so much time in the back row, but he doesn't have Aspil. Oh no, I got stupid. Doggone it. I didn't get any HP, I just got dumb. That's not helpful. 'Tis your bedtime. Good night, Cyber. Thanks for stopping by. It'll be on the channel later if you want to catch the rest of it. And I'm glad to hear that you had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully we will be done with this tower soon. I think we're near the top. Ugh, you guys? Again? Nice. Good job, Maria. Of course, Ed gets his HP up. Ed has so much HP. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. Whatever, it's fine. He's just our beefy boy who hangs out in the back row. I think this is the top floor. Maybe? Yeah, thread. No, maybe not. Oh, more of you guys? So many basilisks, man. Actually, now I'm wondering. I wonder if it's a piece of equipment that's keeping it from working on Moe or Ed. It seems pretty extraordinary that... She's petrified again. She's petrified again. Anyway, it seems like it has not worked on Moe or Ed at all. This entire dungeon. Well, she's petrified. And I have nothing I can do to fix it. Yeah. That sucks. Alright, well, it's just me and Ed then. Well, fortunately, since I have the Aspel spell, as long as I keep on top of my MP, we should still be able to heal reasonably well. That's something. Yeah, so good. Oh my goodness, the Aspel spell is so good. So good. Dead. Yay! Nice. Nope. I got some shoes. Is that like a piece of equipment? Is that like a use in battle thing? Those are these shoes I just got. Shoes. You. Kill him. Kill him! Good. Treasure! Yes! Unicorn. That might cure petrification. I'm gonna try it. It's a use in battle thing, so I have to use it in battle, but I'm gonna try it. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Item. Shoes. It does something. Item. Unicorn. Oh, it's haste. Okay. Great. Well, I don't have to... Is it gone now? No, it's not gone. Alright, well, it's something. Cool. I'm actually very impressed that a lot of the in battle in battle use items you can use more than once. That makes them a lot more beneficial than I ever realized, because I always thought that they were just like, you know, you use it once in battle and then it's gone. And some of them are like that, but not all of them. Unicorn. Yeah, attack the statue, it's fine. Excuse me. Stop doing that, dude. Ow. Y'all don't do much damage, you're just kind of annoying. They're just like irritating. It's the kind of enemy that's worse if it's paired with something else, you know? Do they have 3 eyes, or is that like a little gem in their forehead? I cannot really tell. Mm-hmm. Oh, hello, sir. Hi. Oh no, he changed shape. He's a this guy. A thunder guy, I guess. Okay. I thought there was a thunder guy. Ow. Dude, that really hurt. Six hit, 0 damage? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you might be scary. Oof. Let's keep healing ourselves for a little bit to just kind of get a little bit more room to work with here. Alright, let's try magic then. Ice and holy. Ow. Sheesh. Holy worked. Ice didn't, but holy did. Ah, I'm dead. Boo. I hate that this guy goes faster than us, too. It makes things a little bit more challenging here. You know, it would be nice if 2 of our party members weren't currently petrified. That'd be nice. It's not the world we live in, though. I doubt Bolt's gonna work on you, but I might as well check. Oh my gosh. Nope, it healed you. I'm probably gonna die here. That's a bummer. Doggone it. Well, I know the first thing I'm gonna do. I guess we're not gonna finish this tower tonight. Great. Oh, bugger off, fish. Let me just leave. I'm gonna go buy a lot of golden needles. Man, I'm so disappointed. Ugh. Why was he fast? I guess it was a thunder guy. I guess it makes sense. And again, it's supposed to be a dangerous area, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just give me all your golden needles. Golden needle. Golden needle. Golden needle. Golden needle. Golden needle. It's fine. Next time we'll get them. Next time we'll get them. We'll try again on Thursday. Next time we'll get them. You got it. All right. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. Bit of a ending the stream on a bit of a fart, unfortunately, but that's what happens when your party gets stoned. They can't help you out if they're just stoned. Don't get stoned. It's not good. You will not be able to help your fantasy party if you are not in full control of your senses. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm MoeChicken. This has been Final Fantasy II, and thank you for stopping by.